Ensure that you have a clean and tinned soldering iron and begin by tinning the positive and negative pads on the power distribution board for the battery leads and ESCs. Using the wire strippers, strip away about 1/4 inch of the insulation on both ends of the positive and negative wires for the battery leads. Tin both the positive and negative connections on the male side of the DIN connector provided in the kit. Plug the connector together and allow the female side of the connector to keep the male side in place during assembly. Tin both sides of the negative and positive battery lead. Solder the positive lead to the horizontal connection point. Repeat for the negative lead. Slide the provided heat shrink tube down the other end of the leads and shrink the connections to the DIN plug with a heat gun. Solder the open end of the battery leads to the positive and negative pads on the power distribution board. Trim the power lead to the video transmitter 3 to 4 inches from the JST side of the wire. Strip and tin the positive and negative wires. Tin the small circular output 1 pads below the battery pads on the power distribution board. Solder the positive and negative wires to the corresponding pads on the board. This will allow you to power your video transmission system from the flight pack. Please note that the video transmitter can only handle up to 12 volts of power. If you are using a battery larger than the 3S pack provided, please use a voltage regulator to be sure your transmitter is not receiving more voltage than it can handle. Remove the nylon screws in the small center standoffs in the center hub and attach the power distribution board. Pull the motor wires from motor 1 and attach an ESC to the 3.5mm bullets. Please consult your flight controller manual to ensure that your motors are spinning in the proper direction before you continue. Slide the motor wire and ESC back down the boom. Be sure that the ESC sits just inside the inner portion of the boom so as to keep the center hub clear of cluttered wires and decrease the chance of a short to the power distribution board. Solder the ESC's positive and negative wires to the power distribution board. Repeat this for all 4 motors and ESCs.